Today I will show you how to make a 12-piece 1.5 size magic ball. It fits in nicely between the normal magic ball and what I call the mega magic ball. It is 12 squares tall by 24 squares wide. It's a bit finer grained than the normal magic ball, but not so lumpy as the mega magic ball. And there's something aesthetically pleasing about being divisible by 3. This is a sheet of US letter paper. We need to divide the long side by 12. Here's a neat way of dividing a sheet into 3, which I learnt from WikiHow. I'll quickly show you how it works mathematically. So here's my sheet of paper. We'll divide the sheet in half, then draw a diagonal from one corner to the halfway mark, and draw the other diagonal to the top of the sheet on the opposite corner. Where those two lines intersect is a third of the way up. So let's call the height h and the width w, and the variable distance on the vertical axis y and horizontal axis x. The formula for a straight line is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope. In one case, it's h over w, and in the other case, it's a half h over w. For the longer line, it's h over w, and for the shorter line, it's a half h over w. Actually, it's negative a half h over w. I'll put the sign in later. The y-intercept is where it hits the y-axis. For the longer line, it's 0, and for the shorter line, it's h over 2. So the formula for the first line is h over w times x plus 0. And for the second line, it's negative h over 2w times x plus h over 2. Multiply both sides by 2, and we have 2y equals h over w plus h. I'm just missing the negative sign and the x. To isolate x on the first equation, bring the w and the h to the other side, and we get x equals w over h times y. Where the two lines intersect, the values of x and y are equal. So we'll just substitute the value of x into the second equation. So we get 2y equals h over w times wy over h plus h. The h and the w's cancel here, leaving y plus h. Whoops, here's the negative sign I forgot before. So 2y equals negative y plus h. Bring the negative y to the other side, and we get 3y equals h, or y equals h over 3. Okay, I hope you found that a bit interesting, even though you really didn't need to know it. So let's fold our paper in half. Put a little crease in at the halfway mark on the diagonal and in the corner. Smooth it out a little bit so you can get a straight line, but don't press too hard, just crease it where you think that 1/3 mark's gonna land. Now do the same along the long diagonal. There's our 1/3 marker at the intersection. Fold the other end up to the intersection. And fold the other side up to match. Not bad. You can just readjust if you have to. Now divide all the thirds into 4. The creasing method I'm using today is one shown by other YouTubers. We're going to crease all the diagonals and then collapse it one row at a time, so we don't have to worry about creasing every alternate square. Starting from the second row, crease a diagonal all the way. Move down 2 rows and repeat. Repeat to the end of the page. Fold the other way to complete the crosses. Now you have a lot of intersections to which you can mark out your other creases. You can fit 9 squares in a US letter page. Each piece will be 2 squares wide plus 1 square overlap. So you can get 3 pieces from this page. Fold up from the edge to those intersections to mark out a 3 by 12 piece. Cut it out. We could have creased the whole sheet if we wanted to, but that would have taken away the most enjoyable part of doing it in pieces, and that is the drinks break afterwards. Now put in the rest of the verticals. Fill in the rest of the full square diagonals. Now put in all the half square diagonals. I prefer to fold a few from every corner. Check from the back to make sure all the creases are there. At the end, all the horizontals and verticals except for the tips will be mountain folds. But while we're collapsing one row at a time, the long end will be alternating mountain and valley folds. So start concertining the verticals. Make the top horizontal a mountain fold and crease the top verticals in the opposite direction to the bottom verticals. See how the vertical pushes into the middle of the cross below it. Squeeze it together. So now move on to the next row. Reverse the mountain and valley folds on the verticals and turn the next horizontal into a mountain fold. Keep going to the end of the row. Repeat for all the remaining rows. Reverse fold the tips. So that's one piece done. You need to make another 11 and then glue them together using a full square overlap. You can follow one of my other videos. The additional creases lead to some happy accidents. See here, it's flattened out a little bit, making it wider. And here it's folded underneath itself, making it a bit narrower. And now for the reward.